All right, guys, welcome to the Talking Shit with B-Rag podcast. Today we have a very special episode. We have our first guest on ever. So I got Lindsay sitting here next to me, and today we have Bitty over here. Like I said, she's the first guest that we've ever had on the show. What's going on, dude?
Oh, I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thank you, seriously, for doing this. Yeah, I mean, so we're going to get into the history of your life a little bit. And honestly, I'm going to say it right now. The reason why we had you on the show is because of the profession that you do.
Yeah.
And you're an OnlyFans model.
I am.
So, awesome. I mean, I thought doing podcasting and everything else, like, it goes hand in hand. I mean, you see it out there every day. That's like the biggest views and the biggest shows out there now. They're just...
It's such a growing profession right now.
Yeah, it's like sex workers and OnlyFans and the porn industry and everything else. I mean, it's like becoming more and more acceptable. And I was like... And you also have like a hidden niche. So
do you consider... I don't associate OnlyFans and sex work as being the same thing, and I don't know why. So do you consider yourself like a sex worker?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know why, but to me, I don't know, it's different.
So what do you consider it being,
I guess when I think sex worker, I think prostitute more than anything.
Yeah, okay.
There's
I guess that's
definitely different subgenres of sex work.
Yeah.
But, you know, I make porn.
Yeah.
Right,
so it's definitely
and I guess
sex
I don't
work.
consider porn, which is weird because it is sex and you're getting paid for it, but I don't consider like porn sex work either. When I think sex work, I think like the 1970s.
Right, yeah, like because the
street.
fucking 90s ruined it with prostitution, and they're just like
I don't
sex
think it was
workers.
the 90s.
Or,
I'm pretty sure it was like the 70s and all the murderers. I'm pretty sure it was the serial killers, but yeah. But I don't know. I figured I would ask because I don't consider it that. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I usually say. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Because people will ask me what my job is, and you know, there's not any real good way of putting.
Right.
You know.
And you've been doing it for quite some time now, right?
Yeah, since 2018 when it first started.
That's cool. Awesome.
And everyone from my hometown fucking dragged me.
Yeah.
That was one of her questions.
Yeah.
She was gonna ask you like what the stigma was,
like how much shit you got.
Yeah.
I was living in Watertown. It was right after the car accident I was in.
Okay.
I came back and moved in with my sister, and I was already selling like nudes and stuff. I like joked about it on Facebook.
That's awesome.
Hit me up, but I was joking, and I got so many DMs.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
And I made so much money that day, and I was like, okay, hold on a second.
Right. I found something here. That's
Hang on.
crazy.
But I remember when I first started OnlyFans in Watertown, and everybody was like sending my porn around in my tiny town.
That's crazy.
Right. But at the time, that probably seemed huge. It was probably like devastating.
I was like the only person in Watertown doing it.
Right.
And so everyone was like, I was the talk of the fucking town.
I can believe that for sure.
Everyone watched me suck a dick.
Because I remember back in high school, like if a girl sent a nude around or like sent it to one guy, it was like the end of her life, and every dude in that school saw it. It happened to you, didn't it?
Yeah, it happened to me. When my nude got sent around, I was like, I'm gonna die.
Yep.
That's it.
No, same.
So
Same. And this random guy in Watertown, saved a video I sold him of the same video with my ex that I was selling, and he put it on Pornhub saying it was him. And so he was sending that around, and my friends were sending that around. Well, friends.
Right.
And yeah, it was actually horrible. It was crazy to start OnlyFans and then have the whole town talking about me.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, so like now thinking back, bad press is still press.
Exactly.
Right.
Bad attention is still, you're still getting attention.
And every guy's a piece of shit, and they all wanted to probably see it, no matter what.
Even the people even the girls talking shit.
Yeah.
Probably like, well,
I have to check it out.
What is she doing? How is she making money?
Why can't I do this?
I feel like you had to get so many people that were like, you're not going to make anything on that.
Oh, yeah.
Because people suck.
I made $4,000 in 3 days.
See?
That's awesome.
That's so
3
cool.
days.
So that was something. So I want to go back to like your accident and all that shit, but before we do that, that is one question. Like, Can I ask you like how much money you make? Like it's a it's a monthly thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like
it's monthly.
Oh,
how many? So I didn't subscribe to your OnlyFans, but I saw like I've never been on it before, so I don't know how it works. But at the top it says like how many likes you have.
Yeah.
So is that how many followers you have?
That's just likes on your content that you post.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like a Facebook wall.
Oh, all right. So yeah, how much do you do? You obviously do all right.
Yeah. It's the only thing I've been doing since 2018.
So what does a monthly income look like from OnlyFans?
It's up and down, just depending, but I don't make any less than $3,000 usually a month. And
That's
then
fucking wild.
off the platform, I will make extra on top of that. So it's a really good monthly income.
That's awesome.
And you don't have to share it with anyone.
No.
Because you're making the content by yourself.
Right.
You're making your own content.
Well, even when I made it with my
time. Are people actually looking at that dick, or are people?
No,
looking
they're
at
looking at you.
They're pretending
100%.
Right.
it's them
Yeah.
having sex with me.
Exactly. So you're the one doing the work, anyways.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
Dude, it's so awesome.
So cool.
Obviously I'm a dad, which everybody fucking knows. I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking scary to think that is like an outlet now. That's something that could happen.
Right.
But
yeah.
I mean, you hear these stories and interviews of like porn stars, and they talk about like their childhood and like, or like when their parents found out that they were doing porn or whatever, and they're like, yeah, you know, my parents haven't talked to me in 15 years and blah. Like I would never. I mean, as long as she's being safe, and
Not
especially
being
nowadays, like
something.
it seems to be more acceptable, and
it's one of the longest careers. Like, sex work is one of the longest careers that's ever existed.
Yeah,
it's existed since the beginning of time.
When we were coming home from Utica yesterday, so I go, there's my attorney's office right there. And she goes, oh, a porn star owns the house next door.
I go, how do you
it's a
know
mansion.
about that house?
It's a fucking huge ass mansion. And she's like, yeah, she was a porn star in the 80s. Right. She's like, her son used to try to bang me or some shit.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
it's
like, Jesus.
The oldest line of work.
Yeah.
And the fact that I don't know, the fact that prostitution isn't legal to me is absolutely.
They're working on
crazy.
Decriminalizing that.
Because it should be decriminalized. If people are going to go for it,
legally would be better. I think.
Right, you're way safer.
Yeah.
Way safer.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't have to deal with so many creeps and shit.
The creeps, people get stabbed, the STDs, all that shit.
Yeah.
Is crazy.
It would definitely be the way to go.
Way safer.
But yeah, it still drives me. I mean, you know how I think.
Yeah, you're a psycho.
I'm like so I heard it perfect on a podcast from one of my favorite comedians, Ryan Sickler. Shout out if you hear this, buddy. He had the same thing happen to him when he had his daughter. It's like future tripping, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think about scenarios that could possibly happen.
Yeah.
And you just constantly worry about it, even though it's never happened. And that's
anxiety.
That's what I do.
And the little SpongeBob.
Like I'll sit in our room and like go to bed, and then just like I'll hear the sirens go off because the Movac's like right down the street. So we fucking hear them all the time at nighttime, and I'm just like, I gotta text her mother to make sure she's all right. And she's like, dude, shut the fuck up and go to bed.
No.
Yeah, they say living in the future is anxiety, living in the past is depression.
Really?
Yes.
I never heard that before.
Yep.
And that makes sense.
It does.
Try to stay present.
I can't.
I know, it's very, you gotta meditate.
Fuck that. I can't turn my brain off to do that.
If you meditate, you so can.
I can't. There's no way. I am too hyperactive to fucking sit there and meditate for any length of time. Yeah. Let alone, like, no fucking way, dude. Never in a million years could I ever do that.
I thought I couldn't, but I do the guided ones where they talk you through it.
I like when they talk and they're like, your day is fine. Take a deep breath.
Yeah. Think about yourself next to the ocean.
Right.
And the breeze is caressing your body.
That's me when I'm in the tanning bed.
I would be like, dude, you're a fucking loser.
I'm on a beach in Florida getting cooked by the sun.
Yes.
Hey, the guy that's saying that shit, go fuck yourself. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Well, I took a yoga class in college.
So did I. Awesome. Loved it. And I was in California.
Right.
So like the school that I went to, the class was like up on a hill in the observatory, and we would do it like in the mornings overlooking Monterey Bay in Santa Cruz, California. And it was like the coolest thing ever. But like I wasn't doing it to like meditate.
But it's
the same concept.
I was just stretching. It felt good.
Right, but you're still
As a skateboarder, I had to stretch it out, you know?
Yeah.
And now I still do that shit once in a while. See, you're worried about fucking putting her in a room, dude? This thing's fucking squeaking and shit over here.
I know.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'll go put her in the room with the squeak toy.
Get the fuck out of here. That shit makes me so mad. This dog ruins everything.
Oh.
Every goddamn thing. Dude, she came in here one day fucking like a bull in a china shop. Pulling plugs out, fucking knocking the lights down. The fucking cords came out of the camera. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yep.
I told you, I don't like animals. So all you animal lovers out there, fuck you. Okay?
They're going to find you.
Good. I hope you do. And I
hope they do too.
I got fights for all of it.
I'll help you.
I got fights for all of it.
I'll help.
It's fucking annoying as all hell.
And I'm obsessed with animals.
Yeah, I don't know how we work.
Obsessed.
It's weird.
I like my dog.
What kind of dog do you have?
He's a Papillon Sheltie.
What the fuck is
I
that?
know, no one knows what it is.
Is it a mini thing or a big thing?
Small. He's small. He's a good boy. He's old.
That's cute.
Fuck that.
He's cool. He snuggles up.
She wants to get another one. I'm
He's
like, get the
no.
fuck out of
I
here.
always see this thing. It's like I want to get a dog for my dog, and that's 100% what it is.
It's not though, because she can't play with other animals.
Yes, she could.
Dude, we've brought her around other animals a million times, and they
does
fight.
fine with Molly and with.
Because Molly's
Carla.
bigger than her.
Right, she needs someone bigger.
And Coach bit her so bad she started bleeding.
That's 'cause
So don't even go there. You're
gonna-
making shit up.
It's gonna happen.
It's not.
Anyways,
it's a
so
myth.
It's not.
it is. It will. Okay, mark my words. What is today's date? February 24th.
Manifest.
A second dog is going to happen within the
Manifest.
next 2 years.
No.
Thank you for coming to my
Speak
TED
it
Talk.
into existence.
Exactly.
Dude, she's
See?
all about
I
that shit.
am.
Before
So am
you,
I.
Before, lady.
You can't take it back. It's already out there.
Keep
No,
Cut
leave it
it
in.
out.
Leave it in.
like Uncle Joey said. Fucking Alanis Morissette.
I was gonna
That's
say
how-
that when you went into the store the other night, that song came on, and I just kept thinking, I'm
Every
like,
time
Uncle
I hear
Joey,
that
dude.
Alanis Morissette song, I'm like,
Oh my
damn it,
God.
Uncle Joey,
Uncle
what the
Joey.
fuck were you doing?
I had no idea it was about him
Right?
until we watched that. Or what did I see?
It ruined.
Did you show me that?
It kind of ruined my childhood.
I
Also,
don't
Why?
even know what you're talking about.
Really?
The one Alanis Morissette song where she's really angry about.
That's about him.
That's
It's
about
about
Uncle
him. They were
Joey.
dating.
Yeah,
and he
the
just
one-
he
cheated on
like
her.
he,
What's
he
the
didn't
song?
cheat on her. That's not what happened. He left her for no reason.
Ironic?
No.
No.
I'm gonna turn.
Is it the sad one?
Just type in
You
Uncle.
want to know?
Yeah.
You
To deny you.
Right.
All left to
And you
Yeah.
went away.
Yeah, that's it's, yeah, that's about Uncle
That's
Joey
about Uncle Joey.
My mom used to love that
from
woman.
fucking
like the
Full
one
House.
where she's like,
It's so funny.
when I scratch his back, I hope you feel it. Like Uncle, that's Uncle Joey. She wants Uncle Joey to feel the nails on his back.
I bet
okay?
he felt it.
He doesn't
That's
give a shit,
crazy
dude.
to
Not
me.
anymore.
No, I don't think he did then. He's done. I've seen interviews. He's just like, yeah, we had
Yeah.
a thing. It was over.
But
she wasn't over it. I was.
It ruined my childhood because I was like, he's funny. He's got the little
He's
puppet,
funny.
the little
He is
beaver
funny.
hand. He can't be bad. And
Dude,
he's
but
fucking making
Uncle
all this stuff like
Jesse?
that. Uncle Jesse was my first crush.
Mine too, and he's still my
Stamos
crush.
is so
it's the
hot.
Greek. It's the Greek
It's-
genes.
He's a
him.
Greek god.
Yeah,
He is,
that's what's
yeah.
happening.
He's
He's
so
got
pretty.
Greek
You
genes.
saw him in You.
Oh,
The therapist in You?
okay, yeah.
Is that what
Yes.
he's in that show?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I stopped watching that after season 2.
Yeah, once they started killing off too many people. and
They
I was
got
like, I
crazy.
I stopped watching it because my most recent ex is just like him.
Oh, well, that's a good reason.
Joe Goldberg.
Right, yeah, not
Yeah.
Uncle Jesse.
No, Joe.
If it was like Uncle Jesse, you'd be happy. You'd be together.
I would be very happy,
Right.
but no. I always thought he was gonna build a glass case for me.
And just keep you in
I
the
would
basement of a
always ask.
bookstore.
I would always ask him, I'm like, when are you gonna put me in a case? I'm kind of excited.
Did you watch that Saltburn movie?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude.
Yes.
It's so weird.
So
That bathtub scene.
yes,
When
I
he's
knew it was
licking the
coming.
drain,
Right.
dude. What the
I-
fuck?
I watched videos and it was like the Saltburn drink and I didn't understand and then I listened to a podcast, the Giggly Squad, and they were talking about
Shout
the
out,
movie.
ladies.
Shout out. I would
Shout out.
Die. And they were like, yeah, he licks the tub, and so I knew it was fucking coming.
Yeah.
And
Wasn't
was
I
Alex,
hungover as fuck
yes, I was like,
watching
we
that
gotta
shit,
watch this
dude?
movie. And I just looked at him when it was happening and was like, what are you thinking right now? And he's licking up this cum water. And I was like, this
I
is
want
disgusting.
someone to have me that down bad.
Right, I get that.
You want somebody to want you that bad?
Yeah, I get
I
that.
think that's
no. I want to want
dirt
somebody
over.
that bad.
why.
Fuck the dirt.
I feel like that would drive you to the point of insanity.
I would want someone.
No.
I would want someone.
But
to
his
love
was all
me
a
like
ruse,
that.
though.
I wouldn't want to love someone like that, but I want someone to love me like that.
But that was the thing, though. It wasn't real, or was it?
I don't know.
See, the end of the movie, I didn't understand it. He was a con man,
Right.
but or spoiler alert if you haven't seen the fucking movie,
It's wild.
he was a con man,
Yeah.
and I mean he's prancing around naked at the end, snorting coke,
Snorting
which is
coke,
like that's
yeah.
my fantasy.
So wow.
That's my
Maybe that's the whole
fantasy.
point of the movie is it's everyone's fantasy.
Just
Yeah.
fucking.
In a different way.
Also, side note, when you do drugs, especially cocaine or amphetamines, your dick like shrivels up.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
How did he fuck
Hardcore. Like any amphetamine, even when you drink caffeine, it's like a reaction that your body has. Your dick like retracts.
Interesting.
So
Wow.
when they filmed that scene, I was like, look at the hog on this guy. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like running around snoring coke, and then I was just like, wait a minute. This ain't real. Like, that would never happen. It'd be like that big. Like,
That
Right?
honestly, that makes a lot
You're
of
like
sense.
putting the pieces together.
makes so
I
much
get
sense.
it.
Wow.
yeah, you never. It's called coke dick.
No, I've never done.
Oh.
I've never tried anything but weed and mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That was gonna be one of my questions, so you got it right out of the way. Perfect.
I don't fuck with mushrooms really. They just give me anxiety.
See, I loved
I've never
them.
done them. I want to do them
I
so
didn't- I
bad,
didn't
but
really
you
like
won't do
it.
them with me, and I
'Cause you're
will
too
not
crazy.
do them alone. I will not do them alone.
I didn't trip though. So
You didn't eat enough of them?
No.
Made you nervous?
Oh.
It was just like a edible kind of.
Yeah, you didn't eat
But,
enough of them.
Yeah.
I
don't
ate
know.
7 grams once.
That's a lot.
That's
right?
a lot. That's a lot. All I
Yeah.
could see was silhouettes of things. That was it.
Oh no, that sounds
I was
horrible.
tripping
That
so
sounds
hard.
terrifying.
I got a bunch of them for free once, and I think it was
For
like
free?
it was like over an ounce.
Why were they free?
A friend of mine was selling them, and he just gave them to me.
Interesting.
You know him.
Oh well, yeah, I think I got that by the wink.
He lives in
Yeah.
Don't.
the Great White North.
Oh, got it. My twin, if you will.
My twin, yeah.
No, my twin.
No.
If you ask Scoot.
Oh yeah.
My twin.
Yeah.
See, flashback to an episode with Scoot. Or did that get deleted?
It got deleted.
Never mind.
No, actually, I have. No. So I've been talking to Keith about it. We might break it down and actually put it out.
Cut out all the shitty, crazy
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah.
But back to you,
Yeah,
though.
so I want to talk
So
about
we got
your
off topic
childhood.
there.
My childhood.
Yeah, because you mentioned earlier that was crazy too. So
I've had a very chaotic life.
Yeah.
Very colorful.
yeah,
Let's hear about it.
right.
Oh, where do we start?
Right from the beginning, when you came out of the
how'd you
womb.
do in school? How'd you do in school?
Not well. I think I'm autistic or
Oh.
something. I don't know. I was always.
Autism.
It was a lot of trauma. So
Yeah.
I was always disassociating, which I thought I was sleeping with my eyes open. That's what I always thought. Like, yeah, I slept through class, and I'm just like,
I used to do that shit all the
Zoning
time.
the
I think
fuck
that's
out.
ADHD
I don't know.
or whatever the fuck
I
they
don't
called
know.
it.
I couldn't pay
Because
attention.
that. So, side note, before we started recording, you guys both said that I was autistic or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
They just called it ADHD back in the day.
yeah. Well, they didn't really.
And then they tried to
even-
medicate me, and I was like,
No, I mean your parents.
7th grade,
my
my mom gave me the drugs that they gave me for a week, and she's like, I don't like what this is doing to him.
because it's meth.
Because it had the opposite effect.
speed.
It like turned me into a zombie.
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
lethargic, like I had
That-
nothing.
That's the point.
But that's
It's
why.
supposed to
So
slow you down.
something you don't know about me, I was a painkiller addict for years, which a lot of people, I hit it really good because it didn't do the same thing to me that it did to normal people.
Yeah.
So like I would eat fucking 600 milligram or whatever milligrams of like hydros or Percocets, and I'd have like one of the best days snowboarding in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, it gave me energy, which I don't need, but it would do that, and it would just make me feel like a fucking superhero.
Wow.
So I got introduced to them really young. So from like 15 to 25, I was fucking eating pain pills pretty heavy. And for a long time of that, I had a prescription, so
Yeah.
it was pretty easy. They gave a fucking teenager.
Right.
I've had reconstructive surgery on this arm twice, and I just had a script,
the
you know?
perfect time
Yeah.
where they were just like, here, eat some pain pills. and
Right,
you'll be
yeah.
fine.
They literally handed a fucking 16-year-old kid a bottle of
Endless
of
supply.
250 Percocets.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I was sitting there like trying to, because my dad didn't know at the time, and we're at the hospital, and I'm getting my cast put on, and the doctor comes in, and this was when they had paper scripts or whatever, and he hands it to me, and I'm just like, I look at it, and my eyes, I'm like, holy shit.
Christmas.
So I go to the garage with the bottle and just dumped them all out on the table. I was like, have fun, boys.
God. Idiot.
They only
Yeah.
took like one. It was kind of unimpressive.
After my accident, I broke over 100 bones.
Yeah, I want to. I want to hear. I
Yeah.
really want to get into that.
Yeah.
So
They prescribed me Oxy.
yeah, it's
And
a great
I
drug. Love
barely
it.
took any. I
You're
don't
nuts.
like the way it makes me feel.
I would have snorted
yeah.
every single one of them.
I did not
That's
like
you,
it.
right?
I would have fucking railed everyone. Just
I didn't like it. So I was just
Not about it.
dealing with the pain and taking like ibuprofen, Tylenol after
right.
so long.
so we'll go back. So
Your child.
as a kid,
Childhood.
Yeah.
you had a lot of trauma. Your
Yes.
parents were kind of shitbags, I assume.
So my parents were very, very young when they had me and my brother.
Okay.
So
Like
I
how
told
young are we
you-
talking? I was in the bathroom, so
like
I didn't hear any of it.
teenagers?
So I told you my brother and I were 13 months apart.
Okay, yeah, that we
So
talked. Yeah.
His birthday is October 1st, 1991.
Okay.
Mine's
What's
the day
November
after mine?
9th, 1992.
Okay. Oh, so
And
you're 2 months younger than me.
Yeah.
yeah. And
Wait, what is it? The 9th?
November 9th.
Mine's September 8th.
Wow.
So like fucking that's
Very close.
Yeah, literally 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months almost to the
Yep.
date.
That's funny.
Yeah, and so when they had my brother, they were 15 and 17. And when they had me, they were 16
Hold
and
on.
18.
Wait.
Like-
What was which age?
My mom was 15. My
I
dad
I was assuming it, but I didn't want to be
Yeah.
like stereotypical and be like the girl was younger.
Yeah. My dad was
That's
17.
rough.
They were both children.
Yeah. That's
And
why
then
babies raising babies.
For me, 16 and 18. So back-to-back babies.
That is
Back to
babies
back.
at
insane.
16
Did your
years
dad not know
old.
how to pull out?
No.
What the
Whoa.
fuck,
And thank
bro?
God, because I wouldn't
Right.
be here.
Right, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But that's
so-
fucking crazy.
Very, very young.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, and they both came from very toxic, abusive families. It was pretty normal back then.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, nobody was really like
Hey, you shouldn't do that.
aware
Don't
that
not-
it's not normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
The 90s were great, but also really bad
also
at the same
really
time.
not. Also so bad at the same time.
Right.
Like, so, my parents were also toxic themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
And-
babies. And they say, like, when the big trauma, I'm going to consider that kind of a trauma.
Yeah, for sure.
When those things happen, that's when you stop aging out. Like,
Oh, yeah.
That's your max, like, mental capacity.
So you think my
is
kids-
15.
My kid's maturity level is 7 for the rest of her life?
No, this is different. Your
No.
kid has had a lot of trauma,
A
but this
lot,
is different.
dude.
This is
No,
different.
like when I say trauma, like my mom would go to her own mother molested her.
Oh my.
Wow. Wow.
If you don't have to say things on here if you don't want to.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
it doesn't bother me.
Okay, I just want you
That's
just to be
crazy.
clear. If we cross a line, please tell
There's
us.
Like,
no
yeah.
crossing lines. I'm
You're like,
like an
you're
open
fucking
book.
disrespectful.
I've,
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
healed through so many things.
I just want to
That's
put it on the
crazy.
table.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be very respectful here.
Yeah.
And
Alex is going to get skeeved out, and this is going to be a conversation
yeah,
between me
it
and you.
fucking.
That's okay. I mean, I wouldn't talk about anything.
I'm so
I don't want
protective
to.
of my
Right.
daughter, dude,
Yeah.
that like I almost
He's
I almost
pre-panicking right now. You're
shot
saying
somebody
this stuff,
because of
and now
Yeah.
he's
certain
panicking.
things that have happened in my daughter's life. I've almost like killed people for. So
Well, there's definitely going to be talk
Accidentally.
about child molestation and abuse
That's crazy.
because it runs really heavy in my family.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they say like if that happened to your mom, it's not uncommon for her to repeat the same.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Well, she was molested by her own mom, and
Well,
then
hold
would
on.
go.
Jesus. So well, imagine what the things
I'm
that
sorry.
happened to her mom.
But what the fuck possesses you to do that?
And that's crazy.
Well-
it's a woman. Usually it's men.
Well, so she would go to her mom's dad's house.
Yeah.
Her grandpa, he would molest her.
Okay.
Oh
so
my
And
it came
all of
from
his sons would molest her.
Shut
so
the fuck up
she's
right
being
now.
molested by her mom. She's going to her grandpa's, he's molesting her. Her uncles are molesting her. So she's going back and forth, stuck between these two like hells.
So your dad's probably your saving
no break.
grace.
My father was very narcissistic. He came from a family of abuse as well. Like, my grandma is insane. And, like, his father went to prison for child molestation.
Oh, my God, dude. What the fuck?
My mom never, like, molested me or anything like that, but she was very physically abusive, very emotionally. She had this, like, jealousy of me for whatever reason.
Yeah, because you didn't have that horrible childhood she had.
Yeah,
and you stole a lot of. I feel like I graduated with a girl who I was really close with, and her mom had her really young, and she did the kind of the same thing. She was very jealous, and at one point she was dating a guy who was on a sex offender list, and they said the CPS came in.
That should be a red flag right there.
They came in and they were like, "You can't have your boyfriend and your kids in the same house." And she was like, "Oh, bye, kids.
How is that not a fucking stay away for? Like, I'm sorry, I'm a guy, you're a woman, but like as a woman, what makes a man like what are the powers that a man has that can drag you into something like that?
Some people never break the cycle.
I'm aware. I'm dealing with it right now.
It's so normalized in your life that you just never break the cycle, and not everybody makes it out of that type of lifestyle.
And like I said, like I think once she had her daughter, she stopped mentally growing.
Oh yeah.
So when you have like the maturity of a 15-year-old to get manipulated into dating someone who is stupid like that, who's doing horrible things, probably not that hard to manipulate that person into staying with you and leaving their own children.
It's a crazy toxic cycle.
Yeah.
And I've been stuck in that cycle. I've never been with anybody that abuses children.
Yeah.
Just me.
Right.
I date people that are like my parents.
Right.
And I'm finally realizing, through years of therapy and like some type of spiritual awakenings I keep having since my accident, that like this is not fucking normal.
Yeah.
You know. So there's a lot of layers I've been shedding over the years, and it's so painful.
Oh yeah.
And just a lot. It's exhausting.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, so like my child...
I'm so sorry. Like,
don't be.
I'm so fucking sorry.
I'm so lucky to have survived my accident and had the opportunity to even shed these layers of trauma.
Yeah.
Right? Because not a lot of people get that chance. Like I told you, my parents died young.
So back to that. Like, so ultimately, that's what happened.
Yeah, so they used substance instead of dealing with their traumas.
Right.
And my father was diabetic. I got diabetes from him.
Jesus.
He had kidney failure at 38. He died.
At 38. What was like there's, do you know like what specific substance, like what, or was
drinking.
Just whatever?
My dad drank a lot. And as a diabetic, you can't drink a lot.
Right, yeah.
I don't drink very
Tons
often.
of sugar. So it's basically sugar in a
Not
fucking
even
can.
sugar. It's that when you drink a lot of amounts of alcohol, it will make your blood sugar drop.
Right, yeah, the way your body metabolizes it.
Yeah, and then he would have seizures in his sleep.
Wow.
Jesus.
And luckily, I wake up if I drop, but I don't drop very often. I take pretty good care of myself.
Right. So, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Did they stay together?
No, they split up right after I was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who
did you have like did both parents find other significant others that also played into this story?
Yes, my mom did. My dad didn't. So my mom ended up marrying this guy who abused the fuck out of me.
Jeez.
Like physically, sexually, mentally, all of the above. And I did bring it up to her probably when I turned like 15. I was like crying about it. It just like resurfaced for me. And
was it still happening, or
not that? No. So they split up when I was probably like 7.
Yo, fuck
maybe
you
8.
out there. If you fucking do this shit to kids, I will fucking kill you.
There's
it's also
one cure for pedophiles, and to kill them.
Yeah,
so.
It's also my sister's father.
Oh no.
That's hard.
So he did it to her as well.
Fuck me, dude.
And
I didn't know this was gonna get this bad.
I told
heavy.
you.
Holy
I told
shit,
you.
dude.
I said, "Are you sure you want to have these conversations?"
Yeah, no. I
was ready.
Yes.
Alex is gonna pass out.
I'm not gonna pass out, but I just don't deal well. Like, so when I had my daughter, Dude, I mean, we talked before we started filming or whatever, and I was a crazy guy. I lived this crazy fucking life, but that kid has made me so conscientious about everything.
Yeah,
dude.
absolutely.
And oh man,
same with being a mom myself. You
right?
know?
Yeah, it fucking drives me crazy because like back then, like when I was a teenager, or even before I had my kid, like obviously this shit's terrible, but I just, you know, you hear about it, you're like, oh, fuck that person.
Different. It's never gonna happen in your life.
But like now I think about it, I'm just like the things that my kid has had to go through.
Yeah.
And like certain things that we have gone through with her, I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna end up in prison for the rest of my life.
Seriously.
That I swear to God,
don't manifest this. We talked.
It almost happened.
Yeah.
It almost happened.
That was crazy.
I mean, I'll tell you off air something.
Yeah,
and
that was crazy.
It was
I'll
nuts.
tell you off air something as well.
Like,
But,
we're strapped. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
This house is fucking strapped, baby. So come at me. See what fucking happens.
Please don't come here.
Don't.
Come here.
Oh
Anyways.
man.
Sorry.
No,
Anyway,
it's
continue.
okay. It's okay.
I'm fucking nuts, dude.
No, I did bring it up to my mom, and I was crying. I like could not calm down, and she was drinking a lot then. It wasn't even really the start of her crazy drinking, but she like came downstairs and she's like, "Why are you being so fucking loud?" And I was like, "I just remembered that Mikey molested me."
Do you think she knew what was happening at the time?
I don't know. I don't know.
So how old was your sister then, if he was molesting her?
I'm
at the
not
same
sure.
Time?
Like
I'm not
real
sure.
little,
Right,
because she's
really
your
little.
younger
Like,
sister.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really little. And I'm sorry if she sees this and is offended, but I don't think she will be.
Right.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Crazy.
you don't deserve
Yeah.
that.
So
Nobody fucking deserves that.
yeah. And from a very young age, I was just, very sexual, probably at like 5 or 6 years old.
But
And
they say that can happen if you were molested, that you tend to be more sexual.
Yeah.
Which is so weird.
And my mom like just totally shut it down. She was like, "I'm trying to fucking sleep. Like, quiet the fuck down." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Cool.
sweet.
Thank you. Thanks, Mom. Have a good night."
Right.
So
I guess I'll go to sleep after telling you this.
To her though, it was way worse for her. Like she always had this type of competition with me.
That's wild.
I wonder, I know parents like this, if it's like, I am being a better parent because I'm not doing these things to you. So your life's not that hard because you're not getting this treatment that I had as a kid.
Yeah.
So even though I'm telling you these horrible things, I'm screaming at you, I'm not molesting you, so your life's better than mine.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. And like she made my life a living hell, and it was just as bad as my father's house. So there was like no break. It's the same as my mom's life. Like no break going back and forth.
Yeah.
Being abused in both households.
Jesus.
And it was not even mainly my father. He was very cold and detached and like not affectionate, not loving.
Right.
We didn't get close. The only thing we had in common was music.
Yeah.
And I definitely like the type of music I like now because I wanted my dad to like me.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right,
he-
because you wanted some sort of nice...
And he was young, dude. So like going, I listened to that music. Like we both listened to that music. So
he loved Pantera.
hell yeah,
and
baby.
that's where my style stems from. It's
Right.
like Pantera.
Yeah, fucking great Southern Trunkill, baby.
Yeah, Southern metalcore.
Yeah,
you
dude,
know,
that's my
like,
shit,
Southern
dude. I
metalcore.
love Pantera.
so good.
Love Pantera.
And still to this day, I listen to that type of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big Pantera fan.
Yeah.
Love Pantera.
A lot of the bands I listen to are like them. So
So you might like them.
you probably
But it's
would.
new, so I won't.
It will. You will try it. You will.
I
you
will not try
The
it.
food. I decided I don't like it before I've tried it.
Right, yeah.
And
Same
that's
thing.
on autism.
Yes. That's so funny.
Fuck,
Yeah.
dude.
So, but it was my grandma was evil. My dad's mom was fucking evil.
Yeah.
Evil.
I wonder if that's part of the reason he wasn't affectionate.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I couldn't have affection with. So I lived with my brother, her husband, which was my step grandpa, and my dad. My dad was disabled because he went blind at like 25 from
Whoa,
being diabetic.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy
It fucks your
shit,
whole
dude.
body up.
That's wild. Like straight up like
He could see a little out of his left eye, but yeah,
Diabetes
basically.
takes your vision.
oh my
Easy.
god.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you're not taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we see it all the time.
So
Yeah.
he was
I
a
work at an
drunk
eye doctor,
blind
so
guy.
that's what-
How does that work? Was he falling a lot?
It doesn't. It doesn't work.
I'm sorry. Did he
And
fall
yes.
a lot?
Yes.
Because he had to have been crashing into
Yes,
everything.
all the time. All the time. And
That's crazy.
yeah, my grandma was evil and crazy, and I don't know what she went through to make her like that, but she thought I was like 7, maybe 8. She thought I was having sex with my dad.
What the fuck?
My brother.
This is all okay. So this is all. So we talked before about where you were from. This is all there.
Loudville.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's in the sticks, baby. So
Yes.
How come people want to throw a fucking fit about your OnlyFans, but no one wants to throw a fucking fit when everyone's molesting each other?
Yeah,
We
hey,
talk about
fuck
backwoods,
you guys.
upstate shit. That is the most backwoods
Oh
fucking
my
nine bullshit I've
God.
ever heard.
People live in denial.
Right. That's crazy.
crazy. Protect
So-
your fucking kids, you pieces of shit.
Yeah. So I was having sex with my dad, my brother, and my step grandpa. So my grandma hated me. Fucking
She
hated
used to
me.
say this to
That-
you.
Yes,
That's
I
like,
wasn't.
that's
Oh
like
my
personality
God.
I
disorder or
wasn't
something.
allowed to wear shorts or.
And you were like a child.
I was 7. I was.
That's the
7
same age
years
as my
old.
daughter.
And meanwhile, I was being molested at my mom's. So
You
she
poor-
was
you-
re-traumatizing
Right,
me.
and if you tell her that, she's gonna be like, "Well, it's your fault."
re-traumatizing
sounds-
me. She hated me. And
That's crazy.
she recently friend requested me. I don't know how the hell she even uses Facebook at her ripe old age.
Jesus Christ.
But I sent
Hey,
her
Granny, go fall down a flight of stairs,
I
will
sent
you?
her a
Fuck you.
long message.
Jesus Christ.
You want to talk? Let's
Yeah.
talk.
Take those tennis balls off your walker and
I've
go
got
fall.
years of therapy you can pay for.
Seriously.
Fucking bitch.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I hope you see this show, you fucking rotten old hag.
Right? My grandpa actually passed away in 2020.
Was he a good guy?
He was the only one that didn't
Because he
abuse
gets
me,
an RIP.
funny enough.
I was
He
gonna
was
say,
the
does he
only
get
one.
arrested in distress or does he get arrested in peace?
Well, he died of a heart attack probably because of Janice.
She's right, because Janice.
The
What a
old lady.
fucking name.
Janice.
Yeah, they usually are nuts.
Fuck. Yeah, and so he called me in 2020, like shortly before he died, and was like, "I'm so sorry, I haven't checked on you all these years, but your grandmother still thinks
Poor
that I had
fucking.
sex with you when you
All
were
this
7."
crazy shit. How'd they stay
Why
together?
is she
I
mad
wouldn't
at
stay.
you for having sex with him, but
Why
not
would it be
him?
my fault?
Right,
Hold on a
not
second.
Her husband.
If a woman accused me of that, who I was married to,
Of having sex with a
It's wrong.
child.
I would not stay with you.
No.
Also, but like, why
At
is
all.
she not mad at him? Why is she mad at you?
Why is it my fault
Right,
as a
you're
child?
7.
The whole thing. The whole thing.
It's all fucked.
Buddy,
This is mental illness.
R.I.P. I know you're dead, but like, you should have gotten out of there
Red flag.
forever ago.
Red flag.
Get the fuck out of there.
I don't know why. I don't
This
know
is
why he
mental
stayed.
illness. Yeah.
That's
don't know.
crazy.
I think he felt bad for her.
Jesus.
He tried to fix her. He's a fixer.
He's a fixer.
He had to have been a fixer.
Yep. And so am I.
Man,
So
Yeah.
Lindsay likes to think she's won. But you're
know, but
losing that battle.
I'm a fixer and a breaker. I do
You're
both.
he
finally,
does both.
she's finally realizing that battle is
I'm
not
like
going to be
that
won.
machine, the machine that's cleaning while breaking. at the
Yes,
same
me
time.
too. Me too.
What
Me
are you
too.
gonna do?
And it's a sad sight to see.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
is.
Yep.
Yeah. So my childhood was
Not
Insane.
good.
not good.
Not good.
Except the family that was like 2 houses down. It was a pastor and his wife and their kids. They were so Christian, they didn't even watch Scooby-Doo.
Oh,
That's
wow.
wild.
They didn't listen to anything but Christian music. And I'm over there, I'm like secretly showing them like all these 80s bands. I'm like, this is Christian. And it wasn't.
This is Bon
This
Jovi.
is Bon Jovi. This is about God. So
Living on a prayer.
So, you know,
Not showing them Highway to Hell. No,
no.
No ACDC.
This one's about God.
Yeah.
So I was going to church, and I necessarily didn't really believe in God at the time. I was always like questioning. I'm like, these people seem crazy. They're
Are you
like-
religious now?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was say I'm not. Okay, we talked before. My parents are like heavy religious people, and
Yeah. My mom was.
I'm not.
My dad.
Also interesting.
Yeah, how can you be that kind of person and
Right.
deal with
Yeah,
that and believe in God?
I think it's the time, though.
It also, I think people rely on God for some type of hope.
Yeah,
Right,
for
the
sure.
fix.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something to rely
Because
on.
once you leave this horrible place, hopefully you go somewhere
you go to a better
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called
If
the
you don't have
ground,
that,
bitch.
right?
I believe in the afterlife.
Yeah,
I think
I
the
believe in the
energy.
I think it's just your brain shutting down. That's the afterlife. It's what DMT gets released into your brain when you die.
Maybe.
And then you just trip for fucking until it runs out.
Maybe. I don't
And
know.
then what?
You're rotting.
I've lived
Your
in haunted
flesh is-
houses.
I don't know.
So
Right,
I
think
mean,
I
and-
believe in that stuff.
and not even like slightly haunted, like crazy.
See, I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah,
do.
well,
I
when
love
you have a
that shit.
dresser drawer pulled out from behind you,
I don't believe that.
no,
love
you don't
that
have
stuff.
to. I lived it. It was horrible. I can't even watch
crazy.
ghost movies. And my little sister could see them because she was 5.
Jesus.
When I was little, I told my mom, I was like, we were getting in a fight, and I was a mean little kid. I was like, Mom, I fucking hate you. I didn't say fuck, obviously. I was like, I
What?
hate you. And I was like, you know what? I like my old mom better. She was way cooler. And my mom was like,
What, Mom?
what the fuck are you? That was loud. What the fuck are you talking about? You like your old mom better. I gave birth to you. Where did that
What are you
come from?
talking
And I was like,
about?
yeah, they died in a fire, and I had a brother, and all this crazy shit. And my mom was like,
God. Past life.
right, scared. Yeah, so
Yep.
I did something. I had a whole sad past life, I guess.
My sister could see all 3 of the ghosts. There was a
That's so
dad.
cool.
There was a dad named Ed. He was evil. And then there was a mom and a daughter. I can't remember
That's
the
cool.
mom's name, but the daughter's name was Stacy.
Weird.
And
That's
we
like
thought-
a young new name.
We thought that it was like imaginary friends at first.
Oh, right, that makes sense.
Because she would be like, Stacy's playing with my toys in my closet, and she's keeping me up at night, and Ed's standing next to my bed, and he's swearing at me, and I'm trying to
Ooh.
sleep. And I'm like, that sounds a little scary.
Right.
And
Why are you
she-
imaginating?
Yeah, and
Imagining.
she drew Stacy, and Stacy had like bruises on her back. And she was
Whoa.
like, yeah, those are from her dad. He's really mean. And we're like, okay. And we started like questioning things. And then she stood in front of our TV and she goes, hey, Stacy wants to take a picture with me. And she like puts her arm around her. And my mom took the picture. And I swear to God, there's a face
threw up.
in the TV. A face in the TV where her arm is around
That's so crazy.
her. Little Stacy.
Did you ever like try to Google it?
Yes, and our apartment building burned down, and a family did die there.
Weird.
My mom had mediums coming into
right?
our house.
Trying to figure that
Like,
shit out.
seriously, it got
I mean,
really
you should
bad.
have figured out your mom's fucking trauma, okay? Don't worry about Stacy. Stacy's got
Why
it
don't you
figured
deal
out,
with
right?
yourself?
Deal with what's going on in your own life, Mom.
Deal with your shit, Mom.
Don't go to a
I'm glad
medium,
I
go to a
missed all this.
therapist.
Yeah, and one night I remember my mom went out drinking, like she always did. And my sister Hannah was sleeping upstairs, and I was on my laptop, like I always was on AIM, like talking to people.
What was your screen name?
Oh my God, I had so many. Red Carpet Blues. I remember it's a Fall Out Boy lyrics from a Fall Out Boy song. And my away messages would be like lyrics from like Taking
Always,
Back
hell
Sunday.
yeah. Everybody
And-
always had lyrics as away
Yes.
messages.
Oh my God, I still type lyrics on my Facebook.
Really?
I was not old
Still.
enough to have. a
It's
name
all my
and
captions on my
messages.
pictures as lyrics.
I do
That's
see
what I
that,
do
yeah.
For pictures,
All
yeah.
of my handles on Instagram are like song names or lyrics. I
That's
just
cool.
I can't shake it.
There.
It's with me forever.
Right, that's all right.
But I was on my laptop and I can, you know, when you can feel someone looking at you. So I'm like typing away and I just feel something and I'm like looking around and I could feel something so close to me and like right in my ear they said, hey,
Get the fuck out
just
of here.
I swear to God. I was like, no way that just happened. And I'm like shaking, I'm like
Right.
sweating and I'm
Ignoring it.
like I didn't move. And
Yeah,
then-
when that happens, you don't move. You're just
And the
like
second-
stuck,
No, no, no.
frozen.
Yes, and then immediately after they go, hey, just like
trying
that.
to
I swear to God,
rationalize it.
I jumped out of my chair. I grabbed a knife, like that's gonna do anything. and I'm like, what are you? What are you doing here? And like a plastic bag flew across my living room. I swear to God.
Dude, get the fuck out of here.
I ran upstairs. I checked on Hannah.
Right.
I'm not kidding. And another
Tell
night,
Hannah, tell your friend to stop it.
I was in the living room by myself, and my friend was filling my dishwasher because I asked him to. He was in love with me. I was like 14. He was 12. I was like, fill my
Right.
dishwasher. And
Shout out.
shout out to and a bottle of Captain Morgan from the back of the fridge against the wall flew off and shattered all over the floor.
Come on.
I freaked out. I swear to God. Like, what
That's
am I getting
wild.
from making this up?
Right.
You know?
That's weird.
It was fucking scary. And then the night I was talking about when a drawer pulled out of my dresser.
No.
Yeah, what the fuck?
My back was to the room. And I can always feel when something's like near. And I was like, I didn't even want to look. I was just looking at the wall. And a dresser drawer pulled out. And I thought it was my brother and with me. And no one's there. And I ran downstairs so fucking fast. Like, that house was insane. We had to move. We had to leave.
That's how bad it was? The ghosts were getting you that good?
They were fucking with my mom. My stepdad one night was in the bathroom speaking in tongues.
Jesus.
I'm not kidding.
So this was like a possession house.
It was the dad. His name was Ed.
Yeah, she was saying
My sister could see them.
Yeah, creepy.
Jesus Christ.
He
dude.
was evil. Like, he would
He's
stand
rough.
by her bed and swear at her while she was trying to sleep.
Rest in
And
distress.
my poor little sister. And I knew that it was real too because one night she said, "Hey Mom, your friends are saying hi." And she was like, What friends?" And she was like, Rob and Brenda. And she goes, "What?"
They were dead?
Yeah, she goes, "What? Rob and Brenda?" And she goes, "Yeah. They came to me tonight and they said hi."
So your
And
sister
like
got some psychic.
probably
Your sister's a psychic then.
she was only 5.
Oh,
she didn't have the
it's
veil.
So, right.
You can
You're so
see
malleable.
the other side when you're up until like age 7.
That's
And she
cool.
and so Rob
That's cool.
I love that
Fuck
stuff.
you.
It's
Rob-
so
Get the
cool.
fuck out of here.
Rob and Brenda.
Go put some
so
more cinnamon on the stairs, you fucking weirdo.
Rob shot his wife and then shot himself 15 years prior to when even I was born.
Jesus.
So that was crazy. So we were like, okay,
Some fucked up
we
shit
believe
going on
you.
up in Loudville, baby.
We believe you. This one was in
in the water.
Watertown.
Oh, fuck
one was in
me.
Watertown.
It's the same place.
No,
It's only like 5 minutes away.
no, it's like 40 minutes away.
Really? It's that far
Loudville's
away?
so different from Watertown.
Well, yeah, Watertown's a city.
Loudville, like
I
this-
know. I played hockey in Loudville once, and we had to play in a barn.
Yeah,
It's outside, and
I
it was
s-
basically
yes.
a pavilion.
it is a pavilion.
Yeah, it's a pavilion covering a hockey rink.
Every
And everybody
winter,
everybody
I was there.
has to fucking stand outside and watch their
It's
kids
fucking
play
cold.
hockey. Yeah.
The Google
Yeah.
says Watertown's like one of the worst places to live.
Oh, it's awful.
The
Watertown's
crime rate is
horrible.
They had a
super
great punk scene back in the day, though.
at Velocity.
I heard. I used to hear all about it, dude. There was a kid that used to hang out here. Chris Carpenter, his name was, and he had a fucking mohawk that was like this big, and he would always go to Watertown. And Jeff, the kid that gave me my nickname, used to call him Watertown because he would always be hanging out in Watertown. And he I showed you that studded vest that I had.
Yes.
This kid worked at McDonald's, and he had before you could even buy skinny jeans. So I don't know where the fuck he was getting these from, but he had like black, skinny jeans. And this was in like 2004 maybe, and he would always have his like leather jacket on with the studs and his giant ass fucking mohawk working at McDonald's in Herkimer. Shout out fucking Carp. Well, we used to call him Watertown because he would always brag about how awesome the Watertown punk scene was.
Velocity was a crazy time in my life. My dad passed away when I turned 16, and then I was just out doing whatever I wanted at all times.
So your dad passed away when you were 16.
Yeah.
How late in your life did your mother pass away?
She passed away in 2020.
Oh, so kind of recently
Yeah,
then.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was obviously we were talking off camera or whatever, and you said both your parents had passed, and I thought maybe it was like kind of relative
No.
to each other, but
She died from drinking. She
Jesus.
had coronary artery disease, so
am I gonna get that?
probably.
I don't fucking drink that
I'm
much.
just kidding. No, she was drinking in place of meals. Like, she was waking up and drinking vodka cranberry.
Yeah. So it may seem on camera that I have a drinking problem, but I only drink on my days off. So 4 days out of the week I don't drink. Well, 3 because I drink on Thursdays because it's my Friday.
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. So
Wednesday.
3 days a week I drink. That's it.
Yeah.
But I drink a lot.
Yeah.
Lindsay likes to say I'm a
It's
binge drinker.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
you consume a lot in a
I
small
can consume
period.
a lot of alcohol. It's not my fault.
Hey, some
Can
people are built
you?
for it.
Can't-
Dude, my whole
He says he
family.
can, except his longevity while he's drinking is non-existent.
No,
It's 4 hours of drinking really heavily to pass out.
Yeah, I just fall
Oh.
asleep.
That's horrible.
Right.
Why is that horrible?
Because
I see people make asses of themselves when they're drunk and they keep going and they're puking and being stupid and all this shit.
least you fall
What do? I go right to bed. That's what I do. I just fall asleep. Nothing crazy. Just night.
I don't.
Go
I,
night.
I like to listen to music and
Yeah, me too.
Glass
I fucking like. I love music. But like, that's just how I don't know. I have fun for my time, and then when I know it's time for bed, it's time for bed.
time.
I just go to bed.
Nothing wrong with
Yes,
that.
whether
I
he's
don't-
standing up or not, he's
I don't throw up. I don't fucking do any of that
Yeah.
shit.
You don't yell,
I'm not a
nothing.
clown. I don't fucking make an ass of myself. I'm like,
go to bed.
I'm going to bed. I don't
Hey.
care where I am or what I'm doing. I'll sit down and I fall asleep.
That's a talent.
It is a talent.
It
I'm
is.
really
I
good at
can't
it.
do that.
I'm fucking so. My brother, I used to live with him when I moved home from Vermont. He would have parties at his house on Sunday nights because his son would go with his mother, and we would. I don't know why, but it was Sundays, and I never worked on Monday. I haven't until this recent job. I hadn't worked Mondays for a decade. I always had Mondays off. So I would get fucking hammered, and there's so many pictures of me just like sitting in a fucking chair just like this,
Right.
just like sleeping out.
That's so funny.
But you try to take the beer out of my hand, and you wouldn't be able to.
I've
I'd
tried to
have like a
convince him,
death grip
Alex,
on there.
You're not gonna stay awake long enough to even feel this beer hit you. So drink a fucking water.
Drink some water.
I do drink water.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh, you're right.
That's really all I
Anyway,
drink,
You
actually.
fall back asleep. All right, we're back.
Sorry, I had to
back
lighten
your
the. I had to
It's
lighten the
okay.
mood a
It's
little
okay.
bit.
I know,
Palate
my-
cleanser.
My life has been dark.
This is great, though. I again, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
for doing
doing this. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got to take a lot for you to come on here. I mean, granted, we don't have thousands of viewers or whatever, but
Yeah.
maybe this will be the episode that really
Takes off.
puts the thing over, and we'll just keep having you on.
That would be cool.
so-
I mean,
cool.
you're a great person. You are a natural.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, usually, I mean, we've had people come on here, and like it's just like crickets chirp, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're doing a great job. So, thank you
Thanks.
again.
I'm
I appreciate
so
it
grateful
a lot.
you guys
Awesome.
invited me.
Of course, yeah.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
so scary to be like going to a stranger's
Yeah, I
house.
know. So, for the audience, I've never met this girl in my life.
No,
Neither
no.
of us. I mean,
That's
we
interesting.
know
Of each other.
we know of each other, and before we started filming and recording, we know a lot of the same people.
Yeah.
A lot. Like,
Yeah.
it's just fucking weird that we've never crossed paths, but like
We might have. and just
maybe,
not
yeah,
know
maybe
about
not
it.
even have known, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know each other, and she just literally, I reached out to her, and I was like, hey, how do you feel about doing this? And she just immediately was like, hell yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
And then she just like comes to the studio,
To the stew.
comes to the studio all by herself, like doesn't, like, you know,
Right.
and I just really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Me
awesome.
too.
It's great.
Seriously.
And thank you for being so open and honest about
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. I mean,
It's got to take a lot.
I've had years of therapy.
Right, yeah.
So, even still, you know.
Yeah, it's like a never-ending battle, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, since my accident, I really just woke
Right.
the
Didn't-
fuck
we
up.
haven't even got
Oh,
it.
we're
I
gonna
know,
get there.
I know.
Listen, this
I
isn't okay. So this isn't gonna be like an hour-long episode like
could break it
normal.
up. We could break it up in two
we could
parts.
literally just go as long as we want.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of podcasts are fucking, a few hours long. Usually, the ones that we do with the boys are like an hour. But that's just because we're fucking idiots and we don't want to sit here for fucking 3 hours. But this is
Yeah.
super interesting, and I want to keep listening. So
yeah.
I hope you guys as
Do
well enjoyed
Yeah.
this. So.
People do tell me I should write a book.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
so
why.
that's why you started
So
this.
when we started doing this, I hate doing the intro to this show, and she's like, "Well, why do you do this?" That's exactly why, because all the stories that I have in my life, and there's a couple solo episodes out that I've done on my own, just like telling a couple little stories of things I've gone through, and so many people in my life have been like, "Oh, you got to write a book. You got to do this. You got to like, oh, it's crazy that you've lived like this." And I was just like,
I can't
fuck, dude.
write, so.
I'm illiterate, so I might as well start a podcast. And the way it happened was almost fate. Like, that I kind of believe in. But I started a new job. The kid that was sat next to me at orientation, who is now my work best friend, shout out Timmy, what's up? I know you're watching. We got to talking or whatever, and we're on break, and I was like, yeah, I'm really thinking about starting a podcast. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, huh. He's like, I used to have a podcast. I'm like, no way. He's like, yeah. He's like, I got all the equipment and everything.
Wow.
I'm like, no way. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'll sell it to you. I'm like, shut the fuck up. He's like, yeah. It's like, I got everything.
That's
all the
crazy.
shit, well, besides the lights and the foam things, I bought all from him.
Yeah.
Like, he gave me a crazy deal. And I was just like, all right, yeah, dude, I'll bring you the money tomorrow. So, of course, I give him the money for it. And now the show was born.
Well, when things align like that,
That's what
very
how
easily,
weird is that, though? Like,
it's meant to happen.
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I started doing this, because it was too weird to not be. I don't even know. Like, it was too weird to not do. Once we started talking about it, and he was just like, dude, I was like, I have all the shit. Like, just do it. I was just like, fuck, dude, all right. That's so weird that you were put here in this exact position. We're both starting this new job. Like,
Yeah,
it was fucking crazy.
I don't
It's
believe
so
in
crazy.
coincidences.
Nah, I don't either. Well, especially from all the shit that I've gone through, it's just like coincidences aren't real. These things
No.
just happen for a reason.
Absolutely, everything does.
Yeah,
and
it's
people
wild.
love to say, well, everything doesn't happen for a reason because I got molested and that's not for a reason. Well, maybe it was meant to teach you something.
Yeah.
Maybe it was meant to show you something that you might come across in your adult life.
Right.
That
yeah.
you wouldn't know the signs of unless it happened to you.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know,
for
like,
sure.
There's such a deeper reason for everything.
For everything. I 100% agree on that. And if you asked me this 10 years ago, I've been like, you're a fucking loser. Shut up. Like, I don't want to hear that
right,
shit.
same.
You know?
Like, my whole mindset just shifted since my accident for whatever reason.
Yeah. I think it also has to do with, like, obviously you went through a really traumatic thing,
Yeah.
which we'll get into. And I just think growing up, like, at some point in your life, you have to accept reality for what it is.
Yeah.
And you have to stop living with, like, this filter,
Absolutely.
so to say, and be like, all right, these things are real. Like,
Yeah.
this is really happening. I mean, the universe is crazy as it is. That's why
yeah.
all this shit, I mean, fucking news is crazy. All this shit's crazy. But anyway.
Yeah, I
That
think
little-
the hardest part for me has been accepting people for who they are, because I like to see the best in people.
Yeah, it sounds like you've had to deal with some real shitbags.
Yeah, I can't even begin with that one.
So, like, starting at birth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The people that
so
made me.
Birth, the boyfriend, I mean, everything. It sounds like you've had you got dealt the wrong hand from the beginning.
But you're making the best out of it.
Yeah.
The most out of it.
yeah. I think that I was put on this earth to change the family trauma and, you know, break the cycles. And I've gone through so much of what my mom went through. It's almost scary.
Put her back in the room.
No.
Yes. Right now.
Shut up.
Just
give her a second to calm down. She will lay down. Give her 2 seconds.
No, she won't.
Okay.
She won't.
It'll be fine. Anyways.
She's gonna keep doing circles. The fuck was that?
I don't know, a ghost.
Was that?
No.
Yeah, it was. You just beeped
Right,
it, and
it
the
beeped, but it
frequency
went-
went through.
Right, it beeps, but it's not like... it does-
That frequency just went through the fucking microphones.
Maybe when I touched them, they were touching.
Lay down. Sorry.
Come lay down.
We have technical difficulties with the dog again.
Doggy difficulties.
She is, and it is what it is.
A lot of the times Lindsay's not on the show. She's over there on the couch with the
With the
dog.
dog.
I'm babysitting, yeah.
Yeah.
Or in our room.
Fucking trapped in the room.
Yeah.
So door
Wow.
wide, yeah. Right, so I'm behind the scenes doing all this work. Babysitting a silly dog.
Dumb dog. You were going to say dumb
I was
because she
gonna say
is.
Stupid dog.
Fucking
but
dumbass
I love
dog.
her
Oh my
so
God.
much. She's my soul.
I don't. I fucking hate her.
We know.
No one cares.
Fuck you.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So back to your life.
But I think we should get out of the childhood.
Okay.
Move a little forward in life. let's talk about the accident.
The accident.
So, you were in Colorado?
Yes.
Is that where it happened?
Yeah. So I was married at the time.
You've been married?
See,
I
you
still
skipped
am.
all this.
Back up.
See, you
Now we
skipped
gotta.
all
All
this.
right,
I still am.
So how'd you
back
get
up.
married?
I wanna hear this. So,
Okay. So my ex-husband was in the Army.
okay,
And I was living in Watertown when we
where
met.
the base
No.
is,
I was living actually in right outside Lowville.
Fort Drum, right? Is that what's up
He
there?
was in Fort Drum. Yeah.
That's what's up there,
Yep.
right? Fort Drum.
So
Okay.
I was actually in a safe house
Wow.
when we matched on Tinder because
So
that's
how
when
the
my
fuck did you end up? See, you got.
Yeah, now you
how'd
gotta
end
go
up in a
back.
safe
What the
house?
fuck is a safe
Well,
house?
okay.
Like the
So-
FBI?
kind of, yeah. So remember I told you my brother tried to kill me.
Okay, yeah.
He actually went to jail and I went to a safe house. It was that
Whoa.
serious
For
trying to kill me.
oh,
So-
okay. I thought for manufacturing.
No, it was he like really tried to kill me. I caught him making meth with his friends and we were living with our grandparents at the time.
Your grandma's
Evil
worried
grandma.
about 7-year-old having sex, but not her grandson making meth.
No,
Yeah.
that's fine. She loved him. That's fine.
Jesus Christ. You're a fucking weird lady.
Yeah, she's something. So, yeah, I've seen
Janice.
enough movies to know if you have like soda bottles and
Yeah, I was just gonna
batteries-
say that, dude.
batteries
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like whatever else,
Crazy
Sudafed,
shit.
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, I know what y'all are doing. So I was scared though because I was like, they're gonna blow this fucking house up.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Slow.
So I went and told my grandpa, and he went upstairs and like made them leave. And
It was in their house.
it was in our house.
Jesus Christ.
And I had ended up back there. I was probably 22 at the time, maybe 23. And yeah, so that night, and my brother was one of my biggest abusers. He was so toxic. Like, he would beat the hell out of me and like break all my shit and like
I could never
He was so
imagine
bad.
putting my hands on my little
he was
sister.
so bad. And he would also protect me. So we had a weird ass
Right.
Yeah.
relationship.
It's like the abuse was okay if it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's usually what it is. Like that's
Yeah.
what bullies do. Yeah.
But I protect you. So,
Yeah.
Right.
you know,
So I can
Fair.
fuck you up.
Yeah, I can do it even worse.
Yeah.
And then that night he went down to our uncle's, and my dad's side was all alcoholics, just like my mom's side. And
Mine
he
too. That's
went-
both my families. What's up,
Yeah.
guys?
What's up, guys? he
Fucking
went,
booze bags.
He went down to our uncle's and drank a bunch of whiskey, and who knows what else he was on.
Right. He's making meth, I'm sure.
Yeah,
He's
and
doing
he
crazy shit.
So it was in the middle of my sleep, but I've always been a really light sleeper because I was abused by basically
Oh, of course.
everybody.
Everyone you've let him.
Every small sound.
If I were you, I would have insomnia because I don't think
yeah.
I would never
Yeah, I
be
still
able
do.
to sleep,
Right.
dude.
I
Ever.
still do.
So I can't sleep now,
Yeah.
and I don't. I have bad sleep apnea, which I'm realizing is like hereditary. 'Cause my dad has it super bad. My brother has it.
Wow.
They don't say it's hereditary, but I mean, come on, dude.
It's gotta
the
be.
three of us have it. Like, we're not fat fucks. Like, there's no reason for us to have it.
Yeah.
So it's got to be hereditary. But like, I don't sleep as it is.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even imagine being you and the fucked up shit you've been through.
High alert.
Trying to sleep.
I
right.
wouldn't sleep. There's no way.
I still to this day sometimes don't fall asleep until 6, 7 a.m. It's just.
Well,
it
good
just
thing you're doing the
depends.
profession you're
making
doing.
your
I
own
know,
schedule.
I know, right? I don't have a schedule.
Right.
I work for
exactly.
myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brother was really awful, and
And now he's in a cult.
and now he's in a cult. We'll
Trying to
get to
become a
that.
preacher.
We're gonna definitely get to that. And he talks
God
like
saved him.
this.
That's
God
hilarious.
saved him in Georgia.
God saved me, Brittany. God saved me, and I'm gonna save you.
Jesus.
I'm like,
Right?
no, the fuck
This
you're
is-
not.
This is a psycho's the bullying again, okay? I'm gonna bully you into church, and it's gonna be me who does it, so it's okay.
You have to believe, sis. You have to.
Sis.
Right. Your
I'm
life's
like,
been
who
horrible.
are you?
Hey,
but-
sis, you gotta believe.
Hey, sister. I'm like, who the fuck am I talking to?
Your life's been horrible.
You're
so
from
believe in God.
Stop. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, that's hilarious.
He's fucking insane. But he found God, so he's good now. He's good. Everything's great.
Everyone who finds God is
all
good,
better.
you know? Right. God has saved him.
All better.
He didn't say sorry to you because for you, but
He doesn't even remember that night. There's like he doesn't even remember.
So, did you confront him? Is that what happened?
No, he reached out to me through my sister.
No.
when you got attacked.
Yeah, back up.
No,
So
I
when
was.
you said you knew him and his buddies were doing what they were doing,
Yes,
did you like
I didn't say
confront
anything.
him?
No, I told my grandpa, and he.
Oh, and then your
And then he
grandpa
came
said
up.
something, and then your grandpa, fucking dick, threw you under the bus.
Fucking asshole.
Fucking dickhead.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I don't think he threw me under the bus, but Randy obviously knew that I told him because I also didn't know.
Right, you were the
Right.
one that saw
I did
it.
go in there right before I told him.
Right before I got.
So, yeah, my brother went and got really drunk and came home, and I heard him stomp up the stairs, like really slow, like boom, boom, boom. I knew he was coming for me. My door was locked, and I had one of those slide locks.
I could kick that shit open so
Oh
easily.
yeah, my brother's 6'3".
Oh, and I'm not even that big.
He's like 280 pounds at the time.
Big boy.
Oh yeah, and I knew he was coming for me, so I like was laying there with my eyes wide open, and he like kicked my door down straight off the hinges. Who knows what he was on?
Yeah.
Right.
It was like something superhuman.
Meth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what meth. So
And-
it's the one substance I've never touched.
Yeah.
Well, crack too. I've never
No
smoked crack.
No crack here.
I've never smoked crack or done meth.
Yeah.
That shit scares me.
either. No, I could never.
I've done some other stupid shit, but
I have an
Yeah.
irrational fear that if I do drugs, all my teeth will fall out immediately.
Dude, it's not irrational.
But it's like first time.
The
if I
first
did
and
that
only
one time, all my teeth would immediately crack and fall out my eye.
Yes.
oh yeah,
In my head, yes. And
oh yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I think
theory.
that's rational.
We're not
I'm
gonna
okay
talk
with
about this on air.
I'm okay with that theory.
Oh, you
Talk
are?
about it off air.
You want to talk about it on air?
What?
What you're talking about?
I've never done meth or have
Oh,
any interest.
meth. Okay.
I have
talking
no
Now you're being
interest in meth.
specific.
We're
Meth,
talking about
heroin,
Okay.
crack. Meth, heroin, crack.
Okay.
not those.
Fucking asshole.
Anyways.
Oh yeah. To my dark, scary story.
Yes.
So he was punching my window. He was like screaming, punching my window, and it was a storm window, so it took him like 8 punches.
Yeah.
He couldn't feel shit.
Right.
And he grabbed a big piece of glass and was like swinging it at me in the dark. So we were in the dark.
Oh.
I'm butt ass naked.
Right.
Sitting in the corner. My bed was in the corner, so I was up in the corner. And
How
he was
old were you?
like 23.
Jesus Christ.
He was 24.
Oh my God.
Young. And he kept swinging for me, but he couldn't see, and he was fucked up.
Right.
So I don't know if that's what saved me or like, because if he could have cut me, he would have.
Yeah.
And he was like screaming at me. He was like, "You fucking whore. You filthy fucking whore. I can't believe you would tell people that I do fucking drugs. You think I'm a fucking scumbag?" And he started like throwing his blood in my face.
Ugh.
He was like, "Eat my fucking blood, you stupid
Ew.
bitch." And I'm like covered in his blood.
Oh.
What? Oh,
My
from
walls,
punching the window.
Yes,
Okay.
my walls are covered in
Having
blood.
glass, yeah.
My
Yeah.
guitar, my floor, everything's covered. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I thought that was it.
Grandma's
So
just
where you-
sleeping.
They didn't
Fucking
hear
Janice.
anything.
Grandma's
Passed
just
out.
sleeping.
She definitely fucking heard it.
Yeah,
and
of
she
course.
was probably hoping he finally took
yeah.
me out.
Yeah, exactly. God, you're a
Right.
She's having
fucking
sex with my
cunt.
husband at 7 years old. Fuck her
No,
up.
she was actually deaf.
I hope you fucking see this,
So-
you cunt.
I hope she dies,
You
but we're not gonna go
fucking
in.
You
cunt.
can't put that out in the universe.
It's not in my hand.
There you go.
It's
It's in
the
mine.
It's in the universe's.
Janice, come over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
See what happens, bitch.
Yeah. So like the neighbors heard and the cops showed up. My brother was pissed that the cops showed up. He like threw the glass down and like stomped out. And I was like, he just tried to fucking kill me.
Right. And
And there's blood
Right, there's
everywhere.
blood
I'm just
everywhere.
sitting at the end of my bed like this.
Naked, and there's blood everywhere.
I wasn't
And-
windows
crying.
fucked,
I
your doors
wasn't-
off the hinges.
I was just fucking gone. I was like,
Shock.
Yeah,
fight
so
or-
they knew.
Fight, flight, or what's the other one?
Fight or flight.
freeze. Fight, flight, or freeze. You just
yeah.
froze.
And they took him to jail. I went to a safe house right outside of Lowville.
What did he get charged with?
Aggravated assault. He didn't even stay in jail
That shit's bullshit.
because he didn't kill me or he didn't
So
hurt me.
We talk about this, I hear about that stuff on podcasts all the time. I listen to
It's
a
so
ton
hard
of true crime stuff.
to nail
But-
somebody with with
it's
that shit.
crazy that, like, because you didn't die,
Yeah.
it doesn't really
He
matter.
didn't do it.
I got you.
He
Here.
tried to kill you, and he failed at it, thank God. But, so you get, like, 2 days in jail.
I had a guy
Taboo.
3 months.
run me off the road at 100 miles an hour. I was airlifted to a hospital, okay? Because he never physically left a mark on my body.
Nothing.
Nothing happened to him.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. This guy literally, for reasons okay, whatever.
Was it deserved?
It was deserved.
Yeah.
It was 100% deserved. But he ran me off the road. I was running from him. I was literally running from him. And he got in front of me, and he, like, pit maneuvered me like a cop. Got in front of my truck, went like this, and the ass end of his truck hit the front end of my truck. And I spun 180, hit the fucking ditch, and then rolled 6 times into another ditch, landed upside down, crawled out of the truck, and then he proceeded to get on top of me and then beat the shit out of me.
Wow.
But he was a bitch, so he didn't leave any marks on my body.
Yeah.
So the cops couldn't actually physically. All he got was leaving.
How?
All he got was leaving the
It's
scene
not
of an accident.
Like, I guess vehicular
That's
manslaughter.
literally all he got was leaving the scene of the accident. And then come to find out, the stupid sheriff that fucking was on the case, you fucking faggot, was one of his buddies. So
Wow.
you're a fucking piece of shit, and I hope you see this, because if I ever see you out in public, I'll fuck you up.
Anyways, you can't threaten a police officer.
Hopefully he's not a fucking police
cut
officer
that part
anymore.
Out, okay?
Nah, leave it in. I hope
threaten
that
a
fucking
police
bitch sees this shit.
Fuck 12. That's how I feel.
So yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. He did go to jail for 3 months.
Yeah.
Not long enough.
That's crazy.
But my brother is also so fucking mentally ill.
Right.
It's not even funny. Like,
Right.
he was hearing voices when he
Right.
was young.
He
like,
didn't necessarily need prison. He needed.
So was
Yeah.
he
Yeah, mental
also
hospital.
sexually abused? He had
says
to. He
was.
had to have
He
been.
says that he was. He didn't really come over to our mom's with her ex-husband. Sometimes he would. He says that somebody did. He never said who. My brother's definitely gay and in denial.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. I mean, I've caught him doing things with boys
Oh, all right.
when he was younger, and yeah, he abuses all the women he dates, and
Is he not satisfied? Or is
he also
not
has
true to himself?
mommy and daddy issues.
Well, yeah.
Like, our parents were children.
Right.
Yeah.
They
Babies
had
raising
no
babies.
idea.
Fucking crazy.
Had absolutely no idea
Yeah.
what they were doing. And yeah, he just took a way different road than I did. Like, for me, I'm so lucky that I was friends with people who were in normal families, like
Yeah.
the Christian family down the street.
Right,
They
yeah.
had like dinners together. We didn't do that. We all ate in our own room.
Right.
We didn't do family things. We were just like, I don't know, so distant from each other. And they like hugged each other and gave their kids kisses, and I was like, are you guys weird?
I try to love my
Right.
daughter as much as I can, dude.
Yeah.
She hates it. She's like, stop, Dad. Get away from
Yeah.
me. And now that she's
Squeezing me.
now that she's getting older, she's like, stop.
You're squeezing me.
Yeah.
You're squeezing me.
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy, I'm gonna do this till you're fucking
Right? Until you're too big.
till
for
you're
me to
too
squeeze.
big, and you're never gonna be too big. So
Yep, exactly.
So you're in a safe house. So then what?
Yeah. I was in a safe house. It's the same safe house I was in when I was little with my mom, when she left the guy that abused me.
Jesus.
So
So
I'm
that's got to
having-
be traumatic too.
Yeah, I'm having fucking flashbacks.
Dude.
Because it's the same paintings on the walls,
Oh
like
my
Goofy
God.
and Mickey Mouse paintings on the walls. The same bunk beds in the same
Is it like
place.
is it like a house?
It's a whole house.
Or is it like a building?
It's a whole house.
It's a legitimate house though.
Yeah.
So like when you show up, it's not like uncomfortable where you're showing up to like a warehouse that's like turned into a facility for people.
Nope, just a house.
It's a legitimate house.
Are there
Yeah.
other families that or people that live in the house with you?
When I first got there, it was just me, and then
That's kinda scary,
this
too, though.
lady started staying there right when I was leaving. But it wasn't weird or awkward or anything.
Did you talk to her about her story at all, or like share?
I
she
don't
just-
think so. That's a blur for me back
Yeah,
then.
that's totally fair.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
got to be.
It's such a blur. A lot of things are. I
Right.
think because of the traumatic brain injury.
You gotta fucking block all that shit. I would just block all that out anyway.
Yeah, well,
regardless of your accident, which we're gonna get into. But like, I would block all that out anyway.
I'm actually about to start EMDR therapy.
Yeah, dude, I heard about that shit.
Where they like do stuff with your eyes.
Yeah, I've heard it. So that guy, so when we started, I was like, this Ryan Sickler guy, that's what he talks about. He's like, EMDR therapy. It's crazy.
It's like hypnotizing, but not.
Yeah. So what happened to him, and that's why I brought it up, his daughter almost got hit by a car. So like they live in LA or whatever, obviously. He's like a famous comedian. And she just like walked out into like a busy road, and she like almost got hit by a car, and he was like super traumatized by it, I guess. And he had to go to EMDR therapy for it. Wow. So, and he like preaches it on his podcast. So
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous because I remember bits and pieces of things, like especially with my stepdad.
I remember worse.
You don't want to have to fucking like remember.
But I do
everything.
I do.
To get over it.
Because how the fuck am I gonna let it go? It's subconsciously there.
See, for me, I don't think I would ever let something like that. I would kill that motherfucker.
It's not for them. It's not for them.
See, I can't think like that. I'd be like, I'm gonna murder your ass, and that's how we're gonna get over this.
I have to think.
I'm gonna stop it right then and there. Nobody else is gonna get hurt from this. I'm gonna fucking kill you. That's it.
Done.
That's it. It's how
if only it were that simple.
It is.
Right? It's not.
100%.
No, it's not, because even if she did kill him, she would go to jail.
And I would still have to
and
deal
you'd be
with
safe there.
The problems from them. I would still have to.
Maybe prison would be your safe place.
But you're ruining the rest of your life.
How do you know that?
It wouldn't make me feel any better.
You're not going to feel better, right, being in prison for murdering.
Also, usually a lot of times when that sort of thing happens, when you're being sentenced, you're not going to get sentenced for murder.
There are.
Yes, you
there
are.
are women who are in jail for murdering their abusers.
And men. For life.
And they probably love it, honestly.
No, they fucking don't. They definitely... Who the hell would love prison?
We're going to turn off Alex's mic now.
No, you're not. You can't, actually. Mine's the only one without an on-off switch.
Anyway. Okay, so you're at the safe house.
I was at the safe house. I don't think I even really dealt with any of my trauma. Before my accident, I never dealt with anything.
Right.
I was just band-aiding it like my parents did.
Yeah.
And I just kept living my life, and... You know, I matched with people on Tinder. I was just acting like nothing even happened, really. I wasn't even crying. I was just like, whatever, it's just another day, because I had already had so many traumas that it was like, whatever, it's just another one. You know, like I was so numb at that point that I was just like, whatever, I'll shove that down too. Keep stuffing it down. And it definitely caught up to me at one point.
Yeah.
So... You meet this guy from the Army. How close was that to the safe house thing? Because you said that happened in your 20s.
I had just moved out of the safe house.
And then you meet Mr. Military.
Yep, Mr. Military.
And then what? He takes you to Colorado?
So I had just got my own apartment, and we started dating. And we were together for probably a year and a half before he proposed. Okay. You know, Army people.
Yeah.
Get married.
But honestly,
a year and a half.
This bitch wanted me to fucking propose to her 2 years ago.
Well, I can't say anything. Cause
look at the fucking rock on your hand right now. Shut up.
I fall in love in 3 days.
Me too. That's how I am too.
Yeah. Come on, show it off.
Let me see.
That was just a fun one.
Beautiful.
Present. Thank you.
It's beautiful.
All right, so he takes you to Colorado.
We got married in Watertown.
Oh my god!
Yeah. At the base?
So where is he originally from?
Right outside base. He's from South Dakota.
Okay.
Oh, he's a real military
Native
motherfucker.
American.
Okay.
And
so am I. So did you already have your daughter yet?
Yes.
Yes, you had already had your daughter.
Yep.
Jesus. So dealing with all of this.
How the fuck did you meet this kid?
Tinder.
That kid's from Tinder?
My ex-husband?
Who are you pointing at?
No.
Who are you
pointing
at?
From Herkimer. The Herkimer boy.
When I worked at KO.
Really?
Yup.
Wow. Okay, so.
There's so many layers.
Lowville and KO. How the fuck?
I was living in Watertown when I
Okay,
worked
Watertown.
in KO.
Sorry.
When I worked at KO, I was living in Watertown with my ex, and her parents would drive us out to Utica every time.
That's a fucking
my
2-hour
gosh.
drive.
Every time. They're real. They're so real. I love them still.
That's wild.
And we would like stay the weekend at one of our friends,
I think I know who that is.
and we would stay in his mom's basement for the weekend.
That's
Oh,
wild.
She never even knew.
Oh my god.
And do you know like
That name sounds familiar.
he's got eyes that go two different
Yeah, I
ways.
know. I know who he is. Yeah.
I still hang out with Min. She's got like hair.
I've never met her.
Oh,
But
okay.
I've met him.
So we used to hang out with them because Ryan's his best friend.
Keith,
Okay.
block all these names out
Block them, block
or
them.
cut them out.
And yeah, we used to just stay out there for the weekend. But one night, walked through. He had these big earlobes.
Yeah, he had huge gauges.
Fell in love.
Him and his buddies.
I didn't even tell you his name yet.
I know who he is.
Oh yes, I did tell you his name.
Yeah, we talked about this.
That's
I
right.
know who
Before
he is.
now, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
how do
yeah.
you know?
Right.
I know who your baby daddy
Yeah,
is.
okay.
I know his current whatever she
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
So that kid and his buddies must have idolized me and my buddies because they literally just copied us
Wow. Of course.
to
you
a
did.
T.
I'm sure.
So the second Jendon gauged his ears to the size of fucking remote control tires,
Yep.
these little kids, we had already been out of school. We dropped out. So we had already been out of school. And then we start seeing this like new wave of scene kids walk up.
Yep.
And it's him and his 4 other buddies
Yep. I
who,
know all
who
of
we
them.
all know. They all got these big ass fucking ears and shit, which we were the originators of, obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, look at these fuckers. Not even that
It's
big.
not even that big.
They're an inch, dude. That was crazy back in the day.
I was at an inch and an eighth.
Back then when you went to an inch,
You were cool.
you were awesome.
You were so
That was
cool.
huge.
I only went to 5/8 actually.
Really?
I went to 5/8 and then I lost my plugs and then do you know who he is? So we were the 5/8 boys and then my plugs fell out and he's like, I got these 7/8. So then we both went to 7/8.
Size up.
Did you ever go to the coffee bar
The coffee bar.
in Herkimer? Do you know what the coffee bar was?
No.
Oh
I
man,
don't think so.
that was the scene headquarters.
Every time I see him,
I
even
haven't seen him in 20
when
years.
I moved to Syracuse,
Probably more than 20 years.
When I was living in Syracuse, I saw him at a bar there. He comes up to me, he goes, "Wow, you look so good."
The last time I saw him, I was probably, no joke, a teenager, and he wasn't doing that great.
Well, he's not now either.
Oh
He
shit!
keeps following me on stuff. He wants to talk to me so bad. I'm like, maybe if it was back then, maybe.
Dude, he used to walk around in his shorts. He had cargo shorts on, like, and a hoodie with a flat brim and his black
Yes.
long hair,
Yep.
and he was a tattooer.
Oh yeah.
So he had all these shitty tattoos on him from that he did himself. He did a couple good ones, but he was gonna tattoo me. Like when I started getting my underage tattoos, I was gonna let him do it.
Did you ever know?
Oh,
I can't remember what he
that
went by.
name sounds so
He
familiar.
didn't go by. He went by something else.
The name sounds so familiar.
I know you know who he is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I wish I could remember what he went by.
I don't know, but that name sounds super
John
familiar.
Greco. What the hell did
We
he
had a hardcore emo scene back in the day around here, and it obviously drew people in.
Yeah.
You're coming from Watertown to hang out with these fucking clowns?
Yeah. Well, Watertown was like a more mild version of Utica.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you had your daughter?
21.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. I'm not even that bad.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, that's pretty normal.
Yeah. Well, I have 2 kids.
Okay.
So I had one when I was 19 and the other when I was 21.
Is one with military guy?
No.
Oh.
No.
All way before him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But, my first daughter is a totally different story. I kind of gave her up for adoption when I was 19. Her father broke 9 bones in her body by hand when she was 8 weeks old. He went to prison for 14 years. He actually gets out soon.
Wow.
So that's something to look forward to.
Jesus.
And, you know, it happened over a 7-day span. I had no idea. He was finally, like, taking care of her for me. I was finally getting a break. I had a C-section, so I was healing.
Yeah, for sure.
And, I didn't know. And, so she went with his aunt and uncle, who are also... I'm not going to say this on air.
Right.
So...
that was a lot.
Hear you.
Yeah.
You need a break?
So that was it's a lot. I still deal with that trauma.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's insane.
Definitely. So yeah.
So then, so you had your second daughter. So then we're going back to the military guy. You're getting married.
Yes. Right. I got married to him in Watertown. He got stationed in Fort Carson, Colorado. Okay. Which is beautiful. I loved it there. It's right outside Colorado Springs.
Awesome.
About an hour from Denver.
Okay.
And oh my God, it's immaculate. It's beautiful.
Did you link up with all the other Utica kids that lived out there? He looks real familiar.
You have to know who he is.
He looks
grew up
real
down the
familiar.
street from me.
He was, imagine to my surprise, I'm out in Colorado Springs. I don't know anybody. Standing there, and I was like, am I tripping? And I like go up to him and I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, yeah, I'm homeless out here, and
They all love that shit, dude.
He was on drugs.
All those Utica kids love being homeless. I don't understand it.
So I want to talk about a fucking story. So they went to Westmoreland. They all grew up down the street.
Cut these names out, Keith.
Yeah. You can probably cut out this whole story because I'm about to talk some real shit.
We'll see. Maybe leave it in.
So they had a horrible life growing up too. They grew up with their grandpa who would scream at them outside. I can't imagine what it was like inside. If you're screaming like this and treating these people so poorly outside, what you're doing in the house has got to be way worse. You could tell they came from shit. The sister graduated with my sister. When they were in high school, her and this girl dad. Well, you told me I was too close before, so
find the happy medium.
Who's now
there
dead.
There we
go. I want to say they were fucking juniors in high school. Ran this kid over for weed. Literally, he went to the hospital and like almost died.
From here? Was he from here?
Yes.
From Herkimer?
No. They all were in Westmoreland. The fucking
because I know one of my buddies got ran over back in the day for that shit.
They literally ran him over for a little bit of weed.
Wow.
Kind of the same situation.
Like, what the fuck?
Got ran over by one of the boys.
Or something. But like I said, the girl, she ended up overdosing and now she's dead.
Oh, okay.
But they were crazy. And for like that in a small town was crazy. You're in fucking high school and you're running people over for some shitty weed.
Right.
It was wild. It was just crazy.
People got ballsy real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah. John was my good friend at one point.
He looks familiar, but I don't know if I know him.
I thought I didn't know.
They went by something else.
Their last. And then they have
definitely cut this out.
Yeah.
Like,
he was in
holy
last.
Shit. Yeah.
But when I was
because so when you just showed me that, you can probably see it in my jaw. Fucking
he looks like he.
That's the next one I was gonna bring up. Oh, I hung out with him too.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I sure did.
That's crazy.
Yup.
Come on, you know what that is too?
I sure enough do.
That's funny.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
When I was hanging out with John, I was pregnant. Like pregnant.
Huge pregnant.
And he wanted to have sex with me
funny.
so bad.
Some people are into that.
It's like,
pregnant
it's so
sex.
hot to me that you're pregnant. I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
I don't like to ick on people's kinks, but that's a weird one.
That's a weird one.
That's a weird one.
That's a very, very... Or like the getting people pregnant thing. You ever
That's
heard
a
of
thing?
that? That's a kink. I'm going to get you pregnant. No, the fuck you're not.
We have to get into the kink thing at some point.
We have to do this. Has to be 2 parts. You gotta make
Why?
it 2
What
parts.
time is it? How long have we been going?
No, I have to
It's
pee.
7:47.
Go pee. You're fine.
Yeah, you can
go
go
pee.
pee.
We can cut this out.